ladies and gentlemen, we got one. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packast, the podcast where you're not a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi, and that's right. We didn't get him in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, but we got a wide receiver. So that's something. There you go, folks. You can check it off your list now. We're good to go. So yes, the Green Bay Packers decided to do a deep dive into the undrafted free agency realm, which, listen, the Packers have had some success in undrafted free agency before. I mean, Allen Lazard last year, anyone? This year we got Darrell Stewart, the wide receiver from Michigan State, 6 foot, 212 pounds. Only did 3 testing drills at the combine. He was 16th amongst wide receivers in bench reps, and he was on the low end for the vertical and broad jump. He was unable to, or he didn't run the 40-yard dash, and obviously couldn't show up for his pro day because, you know, the whole COVID thing. He was a 3-year starter at Michigan State, 150 receptions, a little over 1,600 yards, and 7 touchdowns over his career. Had some issues with drop. However, he turned out to be a pretty reliable receiver, had at least 1 reception in 33 straight games. He had a broken fibula in 2019, which caused him to miss 4 games. And so his 2019 stats were 9 games, 49 receptions, 697 yards, and 4 TDs. Guy has also had experience as a kick returner as well. And just from watching a little bit of his tape, I saw that Michigan State utilized him a lot in the end arounds. His route running seems a bit basic, but he also made some pretty impressive catches, went up and got those 50-50 balls. I think the best word to describe him would be slippery, as the guy seems to be abusing the circle button. That's right, I'm a PS4 gamer. Spinning all the way over in Madden. He has got a pretty good spin move, I'm not going to lie. So I think he can provide some decent competition in camp. So if we're to take a look at it, and including some of the practice squad guys, right now, who we have as wide receivers for the Packers, you have Devin Funchess, you obviously have Devontae Adams, Allen Lazard, Jake Kumerow, Reggie Begelton, MVS, Equanimeous St. Brown, Darius Shepard, Malik Taylor, and now Darrell Stewart. So there's going to be plenty of competition. Goody obviously didn't draft a single wide receiver in this class, and he came out and said yesterday that they were targeting some guys early, but by the time that they were picking, they just weren't there. And then by the end of the draft, they had kind of saw guys that wouldn't be able to make an immediate impact. So again, that's just his answer. That being said, I think what we're really kind of hanging our hats on is the fact that guys like Allen Lazard, MVS, Equanimeous St. Brown, that they are going to make a leap and make a jump. Obviously, we've wanted a lot out of MVS, and that's been a little bit disappointing thus far. You know, EQ coming back from an injury, and then Kumerow and Allen Lazard, let's see what they can do. And obviously, we just signed Devin Funchess. So it's going to be interesting, but obviously, you know, the Packers are kind of moving in a direction where at least it looks like it's going to be a more balanced football team, which, again, I do not hate. I would have liked to get a receiver early on, but at this point, we don't have one. So we kind of have to move on, and let's go win some football games with the guys that we got. I'll be putting out draft grades for the Packers tomorrow. With that caveat, draft grades mean absolutely nothing when you're doing them 48 hours later. They mean nothing. You need years. You need like 3 years to look back at a draft and go, that was successful or that wasn't. I mean, Devontae Adams took him a couple years to be the receiver that he is. We can't just label guys as busts. So I understand there's a lot of frustration out there in Packerland right now, but take a deep breath. We're going to be okay, and let's go win some football games. Hopefully we play some football games. Please, God. You can always find me at TomGrossi.com or at Tom Grossi Comedy on all social media. See down below. Check out Packast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout and thank you to all the Patreon members over at patreon.com/Tom Grossi Comedy. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack, go.